think from a GR, government relations kind of advocacy standpoint, you can't rest on your laurels. Um, you can earn a win, and many of you will in this budget cycle. You'll get money from the government through various funding streams, various grant applications, and that'll be great. Um, but it's not predictable. And you're gonna have to do it every year. You're not gonna be able to really lay down your sword and just enjoy multi-year funding. That's kind of a bad word in Alberta, just because, as I've already described, the budget is so tied to commodity prices that they can barely plan the year in front of them, or even a couple of quarters in front of them, let alone year to year. So yeah, everybody, I'm sure all of you would love to get some funding assurances that you're going to have a 3 or 5 year agreement with the government of Alberta. It's just not the case. There are some people who are able to earn that kind of arrangement with the government, but it's extremely difficult. So my advice would be, yeah, you might get some money out of this budget and future budgets, but you're gonna have to advocate for yourself every single year. You're going to have to reach out to ministers, MLAs, legislators, and build a compelling political and business case for them. So I'll kind of build that out a little bit more. When you're building your political case, because let's be real, they're politicians at the end of the day. The budgets that they design, the policies that they create are, of course, a fiduciary responsibility to serve Albertans, but they're absolutely doing it with the mindset of, how can I reelect myself? How can I elect more MLAs in Calgary? How can I break into Edmonton? How can I maintain my support in rural? So I would say work to that kind of desire. And when you're trying to convince government to fund something, make it local, make it impactful to them, help them understand kind of the downstream impact of what you're trying to do and why it might buoy their re-election chances. So, when you are speaking to an MLA, the best way to get them to put on their pants in the morning is to tell them specifically in their riding who you're helping. So no, if you're talking to Rebecca Schultz, for example, just as an example, sure, she's going to want to help people in Grand Prairie and Three Hills, sure. I'm sure those discussions happen in cabinet, but to get her to advocate, you want to tell her exactly how many people you could be serving in Calgary Shaw. That's her constituency. It's also, frankly, a good way to talk to a minister who might otherwise boot you to the direct purview of another minister. So, for example, if you want to talk to Tanya Furr about the nonprofit community and you access her through her minister's office, they're going to punch you directly to Jason Nixon. They're not going to talk to you. That's not her purview. She's the environment minister. But if you make it local and come at her through her constituency association, because you're saying that you're going to help people in her riding, well, then you'll earn that meeting. And behind closed doors, when the governing caucus is having meetings, they're saying what's going on in their riding. They're putting up their hand and saying, "This is what my constituents are saying." They're beating down my door and being flooded with letters like, "We need to figure out a way to support this." And if you're building a broad base of support through other MLAs as well, and everybody's kind of singing off the same song sheet, well, then you're building kind of a compelling political case to get something done.